We are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.
All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It's April 22nd, 2026. Got up a little early today. I got up at, I think it was like 6 o'clock. I was supposed to be off today, but I'm going in. Went to the mall. Got some shoes. Some boots, actually, for work, because my other kicks, I had Pumas, high-top Pumas, but they finally just busted open to the point, like, unwearable, you know. I ain't gonna lie, dude, I spent kind of a pretty penny on these boots. Okay, so I had some boots before. I go to Rack Room Shoes in the mall to get my shoes. And I used to buy just like Walmart shoes when I was like younger, which I was broke as a joke back then. But honestly, dude, I know this sounds like, I get it, like if you have to, if you're literally, that's all you can afford to get Walmart shoes. But over the years I've figured out that because they're Walmart shoes and they're not durable, you just end up spending the same amount because you're having to buy shoes all the time because they wear out quick. So honestly, usually it's just best to just put out the money and get good shoes. But yeah, these were a little pricey, but they didn't have the ones that I wanted. Like normally Rack Room Shoes has their own brand. I forget what they call their brand, but it's Rack Room Shoes brand. And they're usually like half the price of what I pay for these, but it is what it is. So I was supposed to be off today. I'm gonna go in. I got about an hour before work, so I figured I'd do a podcast. I haven't podcasted in like 2 days, I think. Usually I do it daily, but I've just been feeling under the weather, tired, and like I just feel like I don't have enough energy, man. Like every day I can't wake up. Like I'm just like, I feel like I could just go to sleep. Narcolepsy runs in the family, so I hope it's not narcolepsy or something, but I don't know. I think it's just honestly just coming in on days off and working. Like last week I pulled 6 days. This week I'm going in on a day off, so I don't think I'm getting enough rest and sleep and all that shit. So if you've clicked on this, I'm sure you read the title. Some sad news for the conspiracy community. David Wilcock. David Wilcock, I guess offed himself. So I used to be like into David Wilcock like years ago, whenever I started getting into conspiracy for like the first time, like deeply, you know. I guess during my awakening process, I was into David Wilcock. And this isn't, I hope, you know, people don't think I'm bashing him, but like, I kind of, it wasn't my cup of tea after like watching him after a while. Because he dabbles in like channeling aliens. He's on the woo-woo spectrum. That's one thing. He dabbled in channeling aliens, so like his information was from aliens. So like I would consider myself a ufologist, ancient astronaut theorist. But I'm also aware of the possibility of Project Bluebeam, you know. I try to keep an open mind, but Project Bluebeam for me, finding out about it, it kind of like bummed me out at first because I was really big into aliens and ufology and ancient astronaut theory, which I still think there's something to that stuff, but it made me a little more cynical and skeptical about the ufology field in general. So I don't know. And, you know, there's people out there that'll just say, like, oh, David Wilcock was disinfo. Because I've heard, like, for one, he was on the Gaia channel. Gaia channel had, like, a lot of the bigger people in ufology and stuff. Like, I know David Greer's on there. Von Däniken, Giorgio Tsoukalos, and I've heard within the conspiracy community of that people are like, if you're on the Gaia channel, like you're controlled opposition or you're a disinfo agent. I don't really like to do that shit with this channel because I think honestly within the truth community, conspiracy community, whatever you want to call it, I call it the conspiracy community because that's what it's been called since like the 90s, you know. And yes, I'm aware that it was created by the FBI, that term, and blah, 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 you know. There's a lot of toxicity within this community of people just saying, Alex Jones, for example. I cannot tell you how many times I've argued with people in other people's comment sections of people will say Alex Jones is a disinfo agent or he's controlled opposition. And I go, okay, well, prove it. Well, he says this and this was wrong, or he said that and this was wrong. Okay, when is someone 100% of the time correct? You know, like if you look at my older shit, I used to be a Q-tard. You know, I was big into QAnon. So does that mean for the rest of my life that I'm discredited on everything that I say because I made a mistake? William Cooper is the perfect example of, like, in my opinion, he's probably the most knowledgeable conspiracy theorist that I've ever tuned into and listened to. But he used to be, so during Vietnam, he seen like a UFO, and then he used to do like lectures at like Little Alien, which is just outside of Area 51. He was a big alien guy. Like he wholeheartedly believed in aliens, UFOs, and he went out and did lectures on it. And then later on, he kind of got different information about like how the elites, you know, the elites, were planning like a fake alien invasion to take over the world, you know. He brings up the Reagan speeches, like 6 different speeches that Reagan talked about unifying the planet with a extraterrestrial threat, you know. So, I mean, if William Cooper can get fooled, like, we all can get fooled. So I'm by no means saying that Wilcock was disinfo. But anyway, it's like the whole, like, Alex Jones thing. Of, like, people saying, well, Alex Jones is disinfo. And I say, prove it. And I just hear crickets. Like, or I'll hear, well, his dad was CIA. He said he has CIA family. Okay. My dad was a Freemason. Doesn't mean I'm a Freemason. My dad's in prison for pedophilia. Doesn't mean I'm a pedophile. Like, I hate that phrase, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I despise that phrase because it's like, you don't get to choose your parents. You don't get to choose your family. You don't have that option. Just because somebody's one thing, doesn't discredit them, So, like, what if someone's raised in an SRA household? Like, does that mean they're discredited? Like, you're going to throw away the baby? You're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater on, let's say they're a content creator and they talk about SRA. Like, oh, well, their parents were Satanists, so that means they're a Satanist. Like, that's not how that works. So I don't know. He was kind of a controversial figure, David Wilcock, within the community. But I do want to get into his death is mysterious. So supposedly he killed himself. But he was seen posting. It was either posting or texting. We're going to get into it. I have an article pulled up that has like the details. But he was telling people allegedly like, hey, if something happens to me, like I die, it's not suicide. I did not kill myself. This happened with like Virginia Giuffre, and I find the timing weird that like there's like 11 different scientists who were either offed or have gone missing. We're actually going to do a whole episode on it. It's very strange. It is a weird time right now. So a lot of people are tying it with that conspiracy of like, because of the ufology connections and stuff. I don't know. The whole thing is fishy as hell. And, like, I'm not like sitting here like trying to make a conspiracy out of it for like attention or like drama or anything. I think we should be allowed to ask questions, to think that they wouldn't off a conspiracy theorist podcaster is a silly thought. I mean, look at Charlie Kirk. He wasn't really into conspiracies. I mean, he dabbled in it. He was more of like a right-wing conservative social commentary guy. But William Cooper, speak of the devil again, like, go look into his death. Maybe we'll do a whole episode on the death of William Cooper. But like, yeah, if they don't like what you're saying, they will off you. They have no issue doing that. I think Kennedy's assassination like definitely set a precedent, along with Charlie Kirk, MLK, Robert Kennedy Sr. Like, they have no problem. They'll even do it on live TV to make a point of like, if you buck the system too much, here's what happens. David Wilcock's chilling message to viewers 2 days before death reports it's a little bit scary. David Wilcock, who was 53, okay, he actually looked really good for 53. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he would probably be like maybe 40 years old, Here's a picture of Wilcock too, if you've never seen him. But yeah, good, like, looked youthful. That forehead though, man, I'm sorry, bro. that's like a 6 head. So he was 53 years old. He was a YouTuber and paranormal author. He reportedly died by suicide in Nederland, Colorado, confirmed by Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna. I don't know who that is. YouTuber and paranormal author. Let's see. Here's what Anna Paulina Luna said. According to a media statement from the Boulder County Sheriff's Office, Wilcock allegedly ended his own life outside his residence in Nederland, Colorado, without identifying the YouTuber. Later, Representative Paulina Luna tweeted about the author's death on X, quote, "We just learned of the tragic passing of David Wilcock, and we are praying for his family and loved ones and the millions of lives impacted." So here's another article. Cyber stalking drove him to suicide, possibly. We might have to look into that. I do have to say too, like, as a conspiracy theorist and content creator, podcaster, I've said it before on the channel, like, if I ever became like famous, like Wilcock or like William Cooper level fame, it would be to me like one of the greatest honors, like if my death was wrapped up in conspiracy theories of like people thinking it was an inside job or something. Just as a conspiracy theorist, that would make me smile in the afterlife of like, haha, I turned into a conspiracy theory. By the way, just a little plug. I have a playlist of eulogies that I've done out throughout the years of just people who have died and reporting on it. If you're interested in it, go check it out. We've covered multiple episodes of different conspiracy theorists who we've lost. We actually covered one earlier this year, Eric von Däniken. So David Wilcock's live stream on YouTube. David Wilcock had streamed live on YouTube just 2 days before his death rumors emerged. During the live stream, the 53-year-old conveyed his appreciation for being alive in light of the enigmatic death of UFO theorist. And I did see that. I seen a clip. I didn't watch the entire live stream, but I did see a clip, and that's why it kind of took everybody off guard. For one, him telling people like, hey, if I die, it's not suicide, it's not true. So there's that. But there's also just, in that live stream, the clip that I seen, like, he did genuinely seem happy. He was smiling, he was laughing. He was like, he said a little prayer that he was like thankful, to be alive. And he did kind of say like, hey, it's getting a little scary out here, like with all these scientists disappearing and or dying. It's just weird. It was odd, to say the least. Earlier in April, Nick Pope, a former Ancient Aliens contributor, passed away 2 months following his announcement of stage 4 esophageal cancer diagnosis. I didn't know Nick Pope. I heard the name. If I seen him, I might know him, but I can't off the top of my head tell you who that dude is. But Eric von Däniken, who we just mentioned, a Swiss conspiracy theorist, died in January 2026. We covered that. That was sad for me because I'm a huge von Däniken fan. I've read like tons of his books, Do I agree with everything he said? No. Doesn't necessarily mean I subscribe to everything he says, but I liked von Däniken. In reference to the unexpected deaths of his fellow authors, Wilcock remarked, "I'm excited to be here. Every day that I have on Earth is a gift and a blessing, and I'm very grateful for that, because frankly, people are disappearing, scientists are going missing." So, like, right there, unless he was lying, and I don't mean this to, like, bash on the dude, but unless he was just lying and covering up some form of, like, deep, dark depression, because, I don't know the dude's mental health. Like I said, I've just seen, like, some of his seminars, and I've seen, like, some of his live streams and shit. But, because, you never know what's going on with someone's mind behind closed doors. And as someone who struggles from MDD, major depressive disorder, I get it, dude. Like, I have ups and downs. Like, it's almost like, I would describe it very similar to manic depressive, of like, I'll be good for like a week, be on top of the world, feeling super happy, joyous, almost too happy. And then I just get depressed and just, like, I still function. I still go out and work and stuff, but like, I'll, on a day off, sit in bed with the room dark, barely eat, just watching TV, just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to move. I just want to watch TV and sleep, But yeah, he had mentioned, like, it's getting kind of weird out there. I'm grateful to be alive, so I don't know. It's weird. I also heard, too, that apparently he was going through a divorce or some marital issues. Now that could be hearsay. This is alleged, but this is just what I was hearing through, I think, shout out to Luke Radowski, but he was reporting on it earlier. So, I've been through a divorce. It was the hardest time and thing. I'd say the second hardest. I went through some shit last year that was pretty rough. But it was one of the hardest times in my life, was going through a divorce. I mean, it physically almost killed me. I tried drinking myself to death, which I have done some permanent damage on my mind and body from doing that. I would not advise it. I was suicidal in the past during that time period. I was literally trying to kill myself with alcohol. Starving myself and just drinking every day, all day. When I got to the doctor, the hospital, they took my blood and they're like, dude, you should be dead. Like, how are you even walking and talking and not slurring? Like, my mom's like, he's a beast. And they said, well, how much did you drink today? And how long you been drinking? And I literally told them, I said, I've been drinking for a month straight. And they're like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, I was doing a shot of whiskey. Like, if I was up and moving, I was doing a shot of whiskey, like, every 30 minutes, a shot of whiskey. Like, it was insane. So yeah, someone was saying, I think it was Luke Radowski was saying that he possibly could have been going through a divorce, is what he heard. So I mean, if he was divorcing with his wife, like, that could have been bumming him out, and maybe he did off himself. Now they are saying that they're going to investigate this. The president himself is saying they're going to look into this and see if anything's going on. It's a little bit scary, Wilcock said, talking about the scientist. Stressing that he had a rough week, which I did see that. He did say, like, yeah, it's been a rough week, but it's always rough, I think he said. I gotta say, it's a little bit scary, but you guys knew that I might still show up, even though it was last minute, and I've had a really rough week. Like, that's kind of like every week. But somehow we keep on making it through all of this. So that's what he said. And apparently, this is what I heard, that he, like, apparently shot himself in the head. I think he was at his office. I'm gonna look into that real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm having technical difficulties here on this end. Computer is running slow due to storage space. Okay, that's what it is. I'm gonna have to work on that later and fix it. So, from what I heard, he had offed himself with a firearm. As far as I know, it doesn't sound like it wasn't like murder / suicide, so that's good. I am curious though, like, because of the whole divorce thing, and I'm not accusing him of anything, but like, I would like to know if his wife is okay, because, if they were going through a divorce, I'm not insinuating. I mean, I kind of, it's just, hopefully she's up and alive amongst the living too, because people have been known to off other people and then kill themselves, and I don't think he would do that. He doesn't seem like that type of dude. He seemed really nice and cool. So let's see if this has the actual official death, or like the cause of death. David Wilcock. Okay, authorities found a man believed to be Wilcock, armed with a weapon he later turned on himself, at a home near Netherland after receiving a frantic 911 call at 10:44 a.m. reporting an unknown problem, according to Boulder County Sheriff's Office. Okay, so this is more details. Authorities said the 911 dispatcher suspected the caller was experiencing a mental health crisis. Now, I seen someone in a comment section, like, getting all woo-woo about it, saying, well, he did used to channel aliens, and we all know aliens are demons, and maybe he was possessed, and I'm not gonna get into all that, dude. It's just, that's just trashy to me. Like, I don't know. This shit just happened, and I'm not gonna do all that woo-woo shit, but deputies arrived to a man outside the home gripping the firearm, which he allegedly turned on himself minutes later, authorities said. He was pronounced dead at the scene. So that sucks, man. The official cause and manner of death is awaiting confirmation from Boulder County Coroner's Office, which, I mean, that's kind of obvious what happened. With all the mystery behind this, though, the conspiracy shit, I would like to see the dash cam and or body cam of the cops. And now, I'm not being grim or gross. I don't want to see the actual, like, blood splatter and all that shit, but I would like to see, because it sounds like they try to talk him down, so I'm curious what was said, what he was saying. I'm very interested in that. A little bit of context clues. The sheriff's office has not publicly identified Wilcock, whose death was reported by TMZ, but Florida Representative Anna Paulina confirmed Wilcock's suspected suicide in a post on X Tuesday night. We just learned the tragic passing of David Wilcock, the Republican wrote. We are praying for his family and loved ones and the millions of lives he impacted. So, it says that Wilcock, a New York Times bestselling author, so that's pretty impressive. He at least got New York Times bestselling author. That's pretty good. Author of roughly 512,000 YouTube subscribers. He's got me beat. Built his reputation on paranormal claims in books that The Source Field Investigation, The Synchronicities Key, and The Ascension Mysteries. He was also a major voice in the UFO disclosure movement, which demands to end to a alleged government secrecy over aliens. Dave, before his death, the social media personality, posted on X that he had some very intense stuff going on and thanked a long list of donors and supporters whom he referred to as family. My dear family, I am not yet sure if I am doing a show tomorrow. So yeah, it sounds like he was just going through some shit, man. I had some very intense stuff going on this weekend. Either way, I want you all to know how much I love and appreciate you. Always remember that the Creator is within, and we live in a loving universe. I am very grateful to you for all your love, care, and support. It's kind of sad, man. Please like, share, and subscribe, everybody. I'm not gonna plug my shit. That just seems disrespectful to me. Like, I don't. It's something I need to work on, is like not plugging my shit, like on like sad stories like this. But yeah, just like and subscribe, and y'all have a good day.